Namaste, my friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alex, and on this channel, every Sunday, I share live Reiki energy healing. I also give some spiritual guidance, sharing insights and experiences from my own Kundalini and spiritual awakening, with the intention and hope to help anyone out there, to help you who are watching this, going through a dark night of the soul, intense suffering in your life. To be a friend, a companion on your path towards divine union, healing, peace, truth, love. Whatever it is that you're seeking, I'll be here. Today, as every Sunday, we're going to have a live Reiki session, and it will be split in two parts. So we will begin by doing about 15 minutes of healing to help settle ourselves into the body, calm our minds a little bit, and help open up and get ready for the second part, which will be after, we'll have the first 15 minutes, then we'll talk maybe for 10 minutes or so. We'll answer some questions if there are any. You can share your experiences. And then we will have the final part, which will be about 15 to 20 minutes of healing, of more healing. Hello, Mom. Very happy to have you here. Wonderful to see you here. Love you so much. So, as my wonderful mom just did, feel free to say hi in the chat box to your right. At any time, you can also share any questions you might have about the meditation, about the healing that we're doing. And in between the sessions, feel free to share your experiences. I really love hearing what it is that you're experiencing, what you're feeling right here and right now, because that is what will be in focus for this session and for every session moving forward. It's about what we experience here and now that is most important. Hello, the buses. Namaste to you too. I'm very happy to have you here again. Hello, SM. Hi, Elaine. Hello. Vidya, namaste to you. Yeah, so I will wait just a couple of more minutes to let everyone who planned on joining today's healing join and actually receive the notification and join the call. So just have a little bit of patience, get settled in yourself. As always, you can sit or lie down during the healing session. So whatever is most comfortable for you. If you plan on staying for the whole call, which I recommend that you do, and I will tell you why in a bit, then it can be good to have some water next to where you sit or lie, so you can take a minute or so and get a glass of water or some tea, whatever you like drinking. If you want Pepsi, that's totally fine too. Just don't get too stimulated. Let's try to stay a little bit grounded. Thank you, Lane. Thank you for being here. This is all for you, so I'm very happy that you appreciate this opportunity. But I appreciate just as much that you're here and that you're courageous to be here and to take this opportunity for yourself to face your own darkness, because that's essentially what we do here in healing, in meditation, in life. We all come to that point where we realize that we have to start facing our own darkness, because the suffering might become so loud and so overwhelming that there is nowhere we can look where there is not suffering. So we have to go through it. And when you come here and do that deliberately, you are on the stepping stone towards some divine realizations. Let's leave it at that. Oh, Stefan is here too. Wonderful, Stefan. Hello. Shubangi, thank you for doing this. Thank you too, as I said, thank you for being here. Cici, hello, namaste. So we'll just wait a few more minutes before we start the healing. Now, as I said, I do warmly recommend you to stay for the whole call. We'll we'll probably stop today somewhere around 12 p.m. That will be in 1 hour in Lithuanian time, which is Eastern European time. And why you would stay for that is because what I started doing now is that we'll have the first part, which will be about 15 minutes or so of Reiki in order to help us ground ourselves, to calm our minds a little bit, to get centered in the heart, and to open ourselves up to the healing energy. So we're helping the mind a little bit to kind of relax into this experience. And then if there are questions and thoughts coming up, you can express them in between the sessions, in between the two healings that we'll do, and it will help to kind of let go of that, so that then for the next session, the last part of today's session, you will be more clear and more open and a little bit more, let's say, calm, hopefully, or at least ready to experience some more healing. So if you have time, stay for the whole call. Otherwise, stay for just this first part, and we'll see. You're always welcome to come back. So I think we're gonna start for today. Everyone has had a couple of minutes to join. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take a couple of seconds and tune in. You can get yourself ready, sit or lie down, make yourself comfortable, preferably in a space that is quiet, where you have time to be by yourself for the remainder of this call. Turn off your cell phone or the sound. Hello, Pratush. It's quite fine. It's all right. So what I'm doing is I'm connecting to everyone who's joining the call now. So the video is not absolutely critical. A lot of people experience it a little bit stronger. But if the connection is a bit unstable, then that's fine. You will still receive the healing. Yes, you're right. So what you can do is just feel within you that you're opening up and that you're tuning into this energy. You have already come here and joined and shared your what's on your mind. So energetically, you are part of this now. So it's all well. So I want you to get ready for this healing now. Begin slowing down. Begin becoming aware of your body, of all the thoughts going on, of all the feelings. Just by becoming aware of your body and of your inner world, notice how the body starts to calm down by itself. Notice the breath coming in through your nose, down deep into your lungs, deep into your stomach, and then out through your mouth. If you want, you can try to breathe in and then breathe out with a sigh. Just to really signal to the body that it's time to relax, or to the mind. But just the awareness of your body, where you are in time and space, is enough for your body to start calming down. Just follow your breath deeper and deeper into your body. Feel how it's passing through the heart. If you prefer, you can put your hands on your heart for a few minutes. And just let your breath find its own rhythm without you interfering or trying to control it. You just want to be aware of it now. Even if it seems to be shallow or a little bit too fast, allow it to be that way. and it will start calming itself down. Just breathe with me. Feel how the breath is helping to expand your heart. How in every in-breath, every inhalation, your heart is expanding a little bit. And with every exhalation, every breathing out, you're letting go a little bit more of tension, of stress, of emotions that are heavy, and of your mental chatter. Be aware of your body, what's going on inside, but don't be angry or irritated if things on the outside, if there are noises, sounds, something going on outside of you that distracts you. It's fine as well. We want to include everything in this experience. Wherever you are right now is perfectly fine, and it's just right for you. So I will soon begin the transmission for the first 15 minutes of Reiki energy. So I want you to put your hands on your heart if you haven't done so already, and just feel in your heart that you're opening up. Just have the intention or a thought or just a feeling or just this little notion that you're opening up and allowing this Reiki energy to help heal whatever it is in your life that needs to be healed right now for the greatest good of all. Just feel that you're opening up, and I will start the transmission. I will raise the volume of the music very soon. If you keep getting distracted, just reconnect with your breath. You can place one hand on your heart and just allow your whole experience to be there, just the way it is. The first part of the healing session is now over. Please remain where you are if you don't have to go to the bathroom or get water. You can stretch your legs, stretch your body a little bit if you need to. But please remain in a calm state of awareness. If you feel guided to do so, keep following the sense of the Reiki energy. Stay in your meditative state. If you want, you can write down if you had something, an experience that you feel you need to write down, then do so. For those of you who joined during the healing now, I will be doing a second healing, 15 to 20 minutes, in about 10 minutes from now. But first, I'm opening up a dialogue if you want to share your experiences, like Shubhangi Singh always did in the chat. You can share your experiences, or if you have any questions, if there's anything that's on your mind that you want to share. Some of you might have experienced, had very strong spiritual experiences. Some of you may have had memories coming back, or strong negative emotions, maybe physical restlessness. And some of you might have felt very little or seemingly nothing at all. But sometimes the effects are so subtle that we don't notice them until long after. So it's not really about what you're experiencing right now, although those experiences can be really lovely and insightful and indescribable. But we are really not just looking for the experiences. We're looking for something deeper. So don't get stuck on the idea that you have to experience something or sense something very strongly. That will come in time, and inevitably, as you get more sensitive, as your awareness expands, as your sensitivity and awareness of your own inner world expands. So I will, for a little while, for those of you who are staying, I will look into the chat now and we'll discuss if there's anything to discuss. Shibangi said that he feels lighter. Yes, wonderful. Anita said that she starts feeling heat, warmth. That's also very common. It's very nice. At the same time, it's also very common to feel cold. At times, even during this healing now, I felt a wave of cool tingling going from the bottom of my spine all the way up to my head. So you can feel a lot of different things, and it's not always very comfortable. But just remember that this whole healing experience and all healing is for the better. I would say, in my experience from my own journey, the negative experiences I've had have been the most growthful, the most expansive or expanding for my consciousness, and also the most humbling, the ones that have brought the greatest degree of opening of my heart. Thank you, Shibangi. Thank you. SM said there was a vibration in my jaws and tingling in my legs. Also felt warmth. Thank you. Thank you too. Wonderful. And Mom said we feel good. Your background sound was a little bit hard though. I don't know if you mean background sound as in the music I was playing, or if you hear the kids running upstairs. Please, please clarify. But I'm happy that you feel good. So there's a family living upstairs, and the kids usually run quite a lot up there. So I'm sorry if you hear that. At the moment, I don't have a solution. The music, okay. Yeah, so it's difficult with the music as well. I don't know how to do that really, because I would love to play very clear music, but when it goes through the microphone of the laptop, it doesn't sound too good on the other side, as I understand it. But hopefully I will be able to get a better microphone in time and play some more nice music. For those of you who have tuned in many times with me before, I usually play the music of Kip Masoi, and I want to give him great credit because his music is simply wonderful. If you like using music in meditation, which I do sometimes, not always, his tracks are suffused with a very beautiful Shakti energy, and they can really help to bring you into meditation. And I love playing his music for you guys. So yeah. Elaine felt very relaxed, almost fell asleep. Wonderful. So just allow yourself to fall. Sometimes people fall asleep, but I've noticed that this state is not so much sleep as it is a very deep state of meditation, perhaps, or what is usually called turiya, the state beyond sleep and dreaming and waking. And as you get more sensitive, you can feel that you're not really sleeping because you're still aware of things, but it's quite hard to describe, if it's even possible. So if you start feeling sleepy, just allow yourselves to fall into that. Don't be afraid. Just let your body and your mind fall asleep. It's quite all right and very, very nourishing. Ari Rose said, I got a headache. So I'm sorry about that, but at the same time, this can be a great sign that your third eye, your inner vision, is opening up and clearing out. There can also be some neurological healing going on. Of course, this is all connected. So if you feel pain, if you feel more pain in your body or more negative emotions or migraines or headaches or something like that, do not be afraid. Try to trust that what is going on is something that is being cleared out of you. The importance here is that we do not hold on to this hold on to the experience, hold on to the symptoms, or the effects, but rather let them pass through, because then it will be quicker. So try to just be there with them and accept what is going on. Okay. Thank you, Shabangi, for sharing about the music as well. I will change the track for the second part of this session, which will start in maybe 5 minutes or so. I will change to another track. Hopefully, it will be fine because YouTube have been copyright claim. Well, some companies have copyright claimed some of my videos because they've heard that I've been playing music that they want credit for, even though actually I didn't play their music. So I'm gonna see if I can find a what's it called? Creative Commons licensed music to play for you. Thank you, Mom. Thank you for tuning in, you and Stefan. Have a really nice Sunday. Love you very much. So, if there are any questions that you want to ask or something you want to share before we go into the second session, second part of this session, then please write them in the chat. I also want to remind all of those of you who have tuned in here today but who are not subscribed or haven't activated the notifications. If you want to join these healings, I really recommend that you activate the bell icon, the notifications, because then you will get an instant notification as soon as I start this. Of course, there might be a minute or so delay. But I think that's better because sometimes YouTube is a little bit tricky in terms of if you just subscribe to a channel, you normally don't even receive a notification. So if you want to be sure that you make it in time, then activate that. I also recommend or welcome you, rather, invite you to join Your Healing Journey, which is a Facebook group that I created for the people who are joining here these healings and who want to be a part of a safe environment, a group where you can share your experiences, whatever is going on in your life, however your life journey, your awakening journey, your spiritual journey is going, and you want to feel safe enough to share tough experiences, share about your suffering. So this is a group I quite recently started, and you're welcome to join. And if you want to do so, there's a description. There's a link in the description. Okay, we have one more question before we go into to the second healing. So 1 minute more or so. Elaine asked, how often is Reiki recommended? It's really up to you. For a period of time, I did several hours of Reiki and meditation every day. I would say that doing it once a day for an hour or so can be very powerful. It can create great transformation, great healing. But you have to be the one to determine how much you can take. Because as I've reminded you time and time again, or reminded the people who join my healings, is that Reiki meditation and any spiritual practice can bring about quite intense negative effects. What the mind perceives as negative, because it can be imbued with a lot of suffering, or the mind puts a lot of suffering on that. So as we're going through that and healing that, it can be very intense, can be a very intense experience to let go of this and to heal through. And as Ari said before, I have a headache. So if he or she, I don't know if you're a man or a woman, um, gets a headache every time, or for a few weeks now, maybe every time he experiences Reiki or she experiences Reiki, gets a headache, it might be too intense to do that, 1 hour or 2 hours every day, or 30 minutes every day. But at the same time, doing that for 1 hour a day for 2 or 3 weeks, it might mean that you're healing that a little bit faster. You're going to have to decide here what degree of intensity of healing that you can take and what is good for you. So do not go over the line, because we can really burn ourselves out here. Just as we can burn ourselves out by going to the gym too often, by dieting too much or doing the wrong kind of dieting or by working too much, this is the same. So what I suggest is that you learn how to tune into your body, learn how to tune into your energy, or just feel. Just ask yourself, should I do a little bit of Reiki now? How much should I do? Just the first answer that comes is quite usually the right for you. I hope that answers your question. So I would say if you're completely new to Reiki, doing half an hour, 20 minutes, all the way up to 1 hour a day, or a couple of times a week, very soon you will start to feel some great effects. Actually, already from the first session. So last here, and then we'll get going. Do you follow Usui Reiki? Alexander Shubangi asks. Yes, I'm a Usui and Karuna Reiki Master with Holy Fire, activation, you could call it. Okay, thank you, Lane. So now let's get ready for the second part of today's healing. We're going to calm back down again. My mind gets a little bit excited about questions sometimes. So I have to clear myself a little bit. So for this last part of today's Reiki healing, just let go of anything, any expectations, anything that's going on. Just open yourself up. Ask to receive the healing for the greatest good. Ask to open up. Feel that you're opening up. And just let the healing energy do the work for you. Just relax and give your suffering away. Surrender it, and we'll take care of it. Begin by noticing your breath again, in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just follow your breath going in and out, deep into your heart, or even lower into your stomach, and then breathing out. Just do that a little while as you come back into your body, into your awareness of the whole body. Bring back yourself to the heart. Just feel gratitude for yourself, for being here right now. Okay. The transmission, the last transmission of today's healing session is now ended. Please, if you still feel guided to do so, remain in your meditation, remain in the healing, and just turn off the sound for now, or ignore what I'm saying. I want to thank all of you who tuned in here today. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for engaging in the chat with me and sharing your experiences and saying hi. I love, really, really love when I see that there are other people there with me who are enjoying this just as much as I am. Vidya, I wrote Kipmasoi. I wrote his name. You can search for his name on YouTube. He's a realized teacher, and he uploads videos on YouTube as well. So his videos and his music is very energetically strong, transformative. I will be uploading just the last meditation that we did now, the last healing, and I will upload it as a separate video. So if you feel that you want to experience some more healing today, you can watch that even right after this one, after we finish the live call, or you can watch that throughout the week. I know we had a question before about how much Reiki is best, or how much Reiki is recommended. It's really difficult to set a recommendation. You have to feel yourself how much you can take, as I said. But if you're just beginning, if you're very new to Reiki, I would suggest doing maybe 1 hour session, because usually a full hands-on session is about 40 minutes to an hour. You can look at one of my videos or someone else's, or you can have a private session with me or someone else. Do that maybe 1 to 3 times a week and see how you feel after a couple of weeks. And after that, you will know if you can do a little bit more, or if you have to do a little bit less. And just as life unfolds naturally, there might be periods where you need more Reiki and where you need less Reiki. It's the same as meditation or exercise or food. The point here is to really learn to sense yourself, what is right for you, and not get stuck in the mind of what is best or what is worse. Okay? Again, thank you, the bosses. Thank you so much. You too. Take care. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Ari, Rose, Tak, Patush. Wow. Okay, Patricia asked a really, really interesting question here, and I'm gonna have to stay on that. But for those of you who are tuning out, please, my greatest gratitude for you being here. really lovely Sunday, and next week, lovely All Saints Eve, or maybe that was yesterday, but pay some respect and gratitude to our ancestors, to your ancestors, and for the people who have passed. Thank you, Shabangi. So Pratush asked a question that I want to pay a couple of minutes to answer, and it's if Reiki can help in achieving realization. So in realization, I will assume that you mean self-realization, or the first state of enlightenment. That so this area, what I'm going to talk about now, will be a little bit speculation mixed with my own experiences. The speculation is based on things that I've read in books such as Play of Consciousness, Yogananda's book, Autobiography of a Yogi, Dark Night of the Soul by St. John of the Cross, several books by David Spiro, a contemporary spiritual teacher, and also my own dear beloved friend Lina Leimonta, who is my teacher, who is not just self-realized, but in something that's called unity consciousness, and maybe even beyond. So since I'm not realized myself, I cannot speak about it from experience, but I can speak about it from experience of glimpses that I've had. When we're talking about realization, self-realization is the state of non-identification with the ego, with the body, with the mind. But the realization that you are that which cannot be named, which cannot be touched, that which is the basis of all experiences, that which is unmanifest or the absolute, what can be called the divine or God, what some would call that. So I see healing as the healing of emotional trauma, for example, energetic blockages, things that have happened to us that have been so painful that we have contracted, and we have lots of these contractions around our energetic field. And these very dense points of identification are kind of holding us in a state of contraction so that we cannot see the nature or the essence of what we are. Healing is the process of releasing these blockages, of disidentifying, let's say, with a traumatic experience you had when you were a young child that's keeping you, contracted and tense. Healing is letting go of this, healing this, so that we can so that the consciousness expands and kind of falls back down again into this absolute, so that our awareness can come back down into the source from which it came. And we can see that we are so much more, we're infinitely more than this experience, than this body, than our thoughts, our emotions, and than this manifest world. So in that sense, yes, Reiki can help you on the path towards realization, but so can basically anything. I would say as I'm beginning to understand sadhana or spiritual practice, is that it's the attention, where the attention is, why we're doing, the intention and attention, why we're doing a certain thing, what we're trying to reach, that will bring us to this realization. So anything that you can do in life that will help you to disidentify with these contractions, so that that energy can be released, and that part of you can kind of fall back into back to the source. that will be of help towards self-realization and any state of enlightenment after that. So Reiki, meditation, yoga, reading spiritual books, exercise, self-care, prayer, pranayama, which is breathing exercises. And with yoga, of course, I mean then asanas, which are the yogic physical positions, but also yoga in the sense of this path to union, which is basically the deepening of attention, of awareness, until you realize that you are nothing and everything at the same time. Yeah. So another, you say, yes, I mean enlightenment. So what I think is important here to understand, of course, this cannot be understood by the mind, as far as I understand, but that enlightenment is not one thing. It's not one destination or even an event. It's going beyond events. It's going beyond practices to see that you begin before those experiences begin. Those experiences, even the experience of your whole body, begins after you are. You are that from which these experiences come from. So again, to finalize this answer and hopingly without entangling you too much into my speculations or my talk, anything that will help you to solve whatever it is in your body, in your energetic field that keeps you attached, anything that does that can help you towards this realization. But essentially, the last step between ignorance, between fully believing that you're this body, this mind only, and that leap into that realization, that last step happens not by your effort, it happens by itself. So it's just a final letting go. And then what happens after that, we will not even talk about, because it's frankly just beyond me. So just keep practicing meditation if you want to. If you feel drawn to Reiki, keep coming to my sessions or go to someone else's sessions, whatever you feel like. Just experience Reiki if you feel like it. If Reiki is here in your life right now, wonderful, then it will help you. Whatever you feel drawn to right now in your life, that's right. Whatever you feel naturally drawn to and not feel that you're pushing yourself towards or pulling yourself away from with effort is right for you. So just remember that, as I said before, with recommendations for Reiki, you have to decide for yourself, or you have to feel what's right for you. And that is basically an opening of the heart to truly feel, that you are right where you need to be, and not get caught away by the mind trying to decide what is best or what is worst. Trying to make sense of all these decisions. It's a coming back down into the heart and awakening of the heart again, rebirthing of the heart. Okay, I think I've talked enough today. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm so grateful for all of you. Thank you for engaging so much in the chat. I really love you guys. Guys, of course, including gals, guys and gals. Uh, Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish you all so many blessings, infinite love, wonderful Sunday, and beginning of next week. From the bottom of my heart, much love. Namaste.